America. This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, American. Another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our daily gun show. We're going to be live every weeknight, and we talk about guns for an hour. All right, so here's how it works. I normally forget about the show, or I'm doing something, and then the show starts. And I go, oh crap, and then I got to do everything to get the show going. And then one of them things is taking this dog outside. So she always goes outside, and then she comes back inside. And then she's always happy about that. She really thinks she accomplishes something when she goes outside. So she comes back inside real proud of herself, usually tail up in the air and kind of prancing inside. But today, she went ahead and added this little jumpy frolic to her dance back into the house. So I'm in a particularly good mood because my dog's super happy. She ate a little piece of pizza earlier, so that might be something, but I have no idea. She's just in a good mood, I guess, so dog's super happy. All right, so it looks like a bunch of people are jumping in. We'll throw a link out there. Here's the deal. A lot of other of these shows out there, I don't know what they're looking for, but we ain't looking for any of that. So this is a conversation. You can either be part of it or you can scram. So got a link out there. You can join in, or you can use this text chat here and be part of it. Otherwise, there's no point in doing this stuff online. All right, so today is Wednesday, and we had a pretty decent show earlier up on the big channel. With did an update for the 2A patch batch with some of the people that I think Charlie people had been on before, but not in that arrangement or that group. So pretty decent conversation with Diana Mueller from 2A from DC Project, and Charlie from Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Jared Guns and Gadgets was in there, and Clover was in. Am I missing somebody? Everybody put out of there after a bit, but I don't know if it's bad internet connections around or people just got sick of hanging out, but we had a pretty good chat and had a chance to talk off air, which is really half the goal, at least half the goal, if not more than half really, of the project. It's nice to get patches out to people. I think they talked about on air some of the stuff that they might be able to use their patches for. But the real goal is to get them all know each other, like to meet each other, and then ideally to be able to help each other in the future. So we had a pretty decent go with that today. Let's see what else we got going on. We can go look at the calendar. Nobody jumps in, we'll have a show. Nobody does, we'll end the show early because I could go do other things. Temperature's getting better out here, so more opportunity to get stuff done. What am I looking for? Looking at guncalendars.com, one of the places that we archive what's going on out there. And today is still the 9th, so nothing really happened today. Yesterday was Henry Quackenbush passed. This guy that one of the guys that brought air rifles into the mainstream back in the day. He passed in 1933, so it's been a little while. Let's see. Then we got the American Suppressor Association was incorporated yesterday, September 8th in 2011. So an association from the industry of manufacturers and other industry folks who but have efforted to get suppressors for hunting in various states or assisted in that. And then, of course, the Hearing Protection Act, which had pretty decent momentum up until 2017? Then tomorrow on the calendar, we have the anniversary in 2013 of the politicians, doesn't really matter their party, I guess, but everybody kind of knows what the party is, but the politicians were removed from office who had voted for gun control in Colorado. So consequences for the actions of representatives who don't do their job of doing what their constituents expect. So when they go over the line and they deem themselves lawmakers You can either watch them and become their servants, or you can hold them accountable and have consequences. We all did it as a government, as a federal nation in 1994, when there was a massive, um, I should say, there was a new face to the Congress, because both in the House and the Senate, as if I remember right, no one was reelected who had voted for the assault weapons ban. That was seen as going over the line, and there was going to be consequences. They were not going to be brought back to Washington to ever represent again. And that had consequences. That echo went on until Obama. And this one in Colorado doesn't get enough noise. So one of the reasons we even do this project, well, one of the projects, the Gun Calendars project, is to keep stuff like that around. So threw a link in there, but yeah, that's about all I've got. I look at the calendar. We have a show last couple of days. It's been kind of like this in the beginning, so I don't really bring a bunch of stuff. Certainly aren't going to pay attention to what the media is trying to force down our throats. So all I can tell you about is what I'm working on and what's happening on the calendars. Justin's saying, I got some Velcro today. I'm going to put all my patches up on my safe. So you're going to go with the adhesive right to the safe? Or if you go to like an Office Max, wait a minute. I don't remember anymore. I buy these things in a brick now off of Amazon, but I think you can buy a thing that's like a half a brick. Like you can buy 25 pack or something, maybe a 50 pack. I forget. Anyway, buy the thing that's designed to stick a business card on a magnet. And that's what I use. And then the adhesive Velcro, just cut it to length. And now you don't have to have it permanently on your safe. You can have a magnet if you already have the Velcro. Yeah, that works out pretty good. Otherwise, you could go get, well, if you got a lawyer, what do you call it, a insurance agent around, get a bunch of their calendar magnets. Or I don't know if Walmart has it, but a craft store might have some sheet magnet. Probably, if you could find 8.5 by 11 magnet, I bet you could cut that into strips and do the same thing. All right, well, there's some mansplaining. We got interview, or not an interview, but we chatted with Diana Mueller earlier, and she was talking about being curious as to people's ideas for strategies for the DC project. For example, what 10 states should they focus on? It's pretty easy when you give them a question like 10 states. That's almost super easy. You can just pick the 10 worst states. Maybe there might be a little bit of debate on state number 8 and 9, but I think everybody's going to pick, the first 5 pretty common, and then the other ones probably won't have that much debate. Yeah, this went downhill quick, so we're 10 minutes in, it's going to be over. It's boring as hell. Everybody knows I don't like just standing here bullshitting. I ain't got nothing to say. So I guess we're done. Nobody's jumping in. I'll throw the link out there one more time. But yeah, on this end of the computer, what it is, I'm sitting here looking at a wall and talking to a screen. And there's nothing coming back, so that's weird to me. I'm not into that. So I guess we'll end it, like you say. So if anybody jumps in, or if anybody says something, otherwise, we're here every night. The only requirement is that people participate. Wasted a good bacon cartoon on this one, too. Woods is going to get pissed. He'll expect a better show out of that bacon cartoon. Yeah, I bring about 6 minutes worth of data to this show, and then it's a participatory thing. So if we don't have anybody participatory, then it ends. So we're at 5 people watching. I'm guessing that's Grim, who doesn't usually jump in. Guns Barbecue might be busy, not jumping in. I'm wondering if the plumbing situation that you had alluded to last week was under control. Because I was thinking about that the other day. Oh, look, we jumped in. So did that plumbing thing fix up or get fixed, or are you still dealing with that plumbing thing?
My dad and my brother come over and tried to mess with it for me, and I think at that point I probably would have just been about as better off doing it myself, because they just thought it was going to be a quick little thing, and I was like, no, probably going to have to cut out some pipe and whatnot, and yeah. So still got that going on.
What do you
Hopefully,
got there? PVC or metal?
what's that?
What do you got there? PVC or metal?
PVC.
Hey, too bad to fix.
No. Let's say, and the thing is, you think with my dad being a maintenance guy at Channel Lock for the last 30 years, he would have been a little bit better prepared for it, but I don't think he had much interest. So, but they're supposed to come back this weekend and give it another shot.
Anything else going on?
No, not a whole lot. Got 2 kittens.
Intentionally or?
Yeah, the kids were wanting kittens, and the ex, she got a hold of me. She's like, hey, this girl I used to work with has a litter, and she's got 2 left, and I felt like a jerk just taking the one and splitting them up. I was like, I'll just take them both. But they're actually pretty cool little cats, so I can't complain.
You had cats before?
Yeah, I mean, they're not like my favorite animal. I'm much more a dog person, but in general, I'm just an animal person and overall.
Yeah, I don't mind cats. I don't have them, and I've had them, but I wouldn't have one cat either. I'd want, not for the reason of leaving one behind so much, because somebody else will pick the other one up, I guess. But just the idea of having one cat being bored, it's all you had. Like I've had a cat and a dog before and had just one, but yeah, I think having 2 critters around so they don't drive themselves nuts or whatever, so they don't go nuts on their being lonesome or whatever.
Yeah,
that could be handy.
Yeah, they're pretty buddy buddy with each other. I mean, they're brothers anyways, but they seem to do everything together. Like the one this morning, I went in to brush my teeth, and they're both in the litter box, using the litter box together. I'm like, all right, you're a bunch of weirdos, one at a time.
Yeah, well, the way you got it like that, they'll probably just always grow up being half of each other. You know, they're just gonna always part of your team or what.
Yep.
Right,
They're not too fond of dogs
like,
yet.
What?
I said they're not too fond of my dogs yet.
Oh, you got dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then they'll be fine. They'll have each other, so hopefully that'll gang up on dogs. Hopefully they'll just get along with it and figure out that dogs are cool. And every cat I've ever had thought dogs are cool.
Yeah, I've been slowly introducing them to the dogs because, I mean, you know, the dogs are dogs. As soon as they realize that there's something new and alive to start sniffing in the house, that, you know, they immediately bum rush it, and the kittens got all scared, and they're feisty little sons of guns.
Well, that's the thing. Kittens really don't care, and as long as it's not a dog, like as long as the kid, I think as long as the kitten's first experience with the dog ain't getting like killed or mauled or something, then to them it's just a bigger kitten to play with, and the dog plays with them, then I imagine they'll be famous for it.
Yeah, I don't know if they had a bad experience at their other home uh, before I got them with dogs, but they had zero interest in my dogs. Just immediately fluffing up and raising their hair on their backs and hissing and everything else. I was like, oh crap! And the dogs would get close and they'd swipe at them. I was like, oh, this might not go over well. But
it's just little tiny things looking at something big that's new.
Yep. So,
usually when a dog is sleeping and the cats can come over and poke it or deal with it and not worry about getting sniffed, and that's all it takes is a couple of them kind of sessions, and then before you know it, they're sleeping on top of each other.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing when the dogs are laying down. I'll just grab a kitten and kind of take him over to the dog and be like, see, he's fine.
Or send them on some kind of adventure. So then the dogs can rescue them from some sort of danger or whatever, and then they'll be all on the same team. Maybe send them off to bring back some gold or some kind of treasure.
There we go.
Let's see. So I don't know where I was going to go with that. So I guess just since I need to get a mic, well, any mic should work. I'm just using the mic on the laptop. I tried to buy a fancy mic, and I bought a USB fancy mic for I think I paid $50-ish for it, and then it's okay, but it's not that great. People don't say it's any better than this thing. And then you gave me one for what normally would be plugged into some kind of recorder, I think. And then you'd put it on your collar or your tie or whatever, like as a whatever they call that. But whenever I plug that thing in here, it just glitches. My computer acts differently. Like when I plug in when I plug in a USB mic, it comes up and says, "What do you want? What do you want me to do with this microphone?" And then when I plug this thing in, it says, "What is this? Is this a speaker? Is this a microphone? Is this a camera?" I'm like, "The hell? It's not a camera," but it asks like this list of shit that it thinks it is, and then I tell it microphone, and then it accepts it. The computer accepts it. Anyway, the rest of my software will basically go, "Oh, do you want us to reset all your settings?" And I'll say, "Sure," and then it just find it. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's when you look at a 1/8" jack like that, there's the I don't know what to call it, like segments of the part that inserts, and those things might just be backwards or in a different order or something than a computer microphone.
Maybe.
If it's designed to plug into the only thing I think of is if it's designed to plug into like a tape recorder, then it might be like the first two are left and right, and the third one is whatever, line in or something, and then in a computer it's backwards or some other order.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I just figured for events like DC rally and things like that.
I've never tried plugging it into my phone. It would have to plug in my earphone on my phone. But if it works on my phone, then yeah, it would work as sort of a way to isolate the mic from the background, I suppose, because it's only going to listen really closely to its microphone. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is the mic isn't a big deal. If your computer has a mic, it probably work. We don't really use the webcam, but the webcam mic can work sometimes. And then I think most times you can just buy a computer mic, and it'll be a 1/8" jack, and it'll be simpler. It'll just be a microphone, period, like usually on some kind of flexible cord or maybe a wire with a little stand or something. And something like that is probably inexpensive. I remember buying those things at like Radio Shack for $8 sometimes because they were before podcasting and shit. Microphones were a dime a dozen. They, as long as it was a microphone, it was a microphone. There was no performance microphones or anything. They were usually just for simple tasks. So, and then I guess there's also the gamer things, right? So I don't think about that, but for playing games, people use those kind of microphones all the damn time for this kind of thing.
Yeah, the ones that have like the headset built into the headphones.
Yeah, I don't even know all the different ways, but yeah, like definitely, because they're basically doing the same thing, doing some kind of streaming audio.
I'm trying to think, I want to say Travis P11 uses headphones like that.
I remember. I don't really look at my screen half the time, so I don't really remember if he goes on live very often to see if he's got headphones on or not. I don't remember too many people wearing headphones anymore. Most of the people that have their cameras on have some sort of a mic on a boom sticking in front of them.
Yep.
I've always just done it with the computer laptop mic that's on here until I got this computer, and I thought I'd try something different, but I went right back to it. I don't think it's that good. I don't really listen to my shows after, but I've heard that people say it's goes in and out, so it's probably not the best microphone or nothing. Might have a bunch of lint on it. Do this. Did that make a lot of noise?
Yeah, it was great.
That was me wiping off the dust or whatever. I don't know if it's any better now.
But yeah, sometimes your mic will work perfect for an entire show. Then there's other times the entire show is just in and out.
And I think it could also be if there's noise cancellation or background cancellation type of thing trying to happen. Like right now, I've got barely 3 fans running, and one of them's way in the other room. So you probably can't hear much fan noise compared to when it's really hot and I got a lot of fans running on high speed. And it's trying to cut that stuff out. Because I noticed whenever I was listening to, when I was trying to play music, it was not working. Like it would try to auto mute or whatever, like try to cancel all the music noise thinking it was background noise. And that made my mic cut out really weird. You're saying he has a headset on Saturday. I know, I don't know if I think he used to hang out with those guys, those grown men who sit around playing video games on the weekends. I think he used to. I don't think he does anymore. But anyway, he would have probably needed a headset for that, right?
I'd imagine so.
Because otherwise you can't be like, fuck me, motherfucker. Whenever you're zapping people or whatever. All right, well, 22 minutes in and another lull. So, yeah, there's a couple people out there, but just slow trickle of actual chat in there. So, you got anything else you want to chat about tonight?
I was gonna mention I was playing over on the store last night, 2 nights ago, something like that. I saw that you got the books up on the store.
I'm going to probably go back and call them drafts because there's already like errors and stuff in them. But yeah, I got the first versions of something out of the printer to put up there. It was a couple of days ago, I don't even remember. I think I put the 50 states of 2A up there, and there's still an old copy of the almanac. I wonder if I could probably print off another copy of the old almanac now, because my problem before is that printer was crapping out. It was costing me more to buy printer ink than it was to sell it. But what else is up there? The mini revolver one, and then is there a third one? No, I guess it's those 3. But I guess I don't know. I'm semi-close. I was close to being done with the one with the museums, and then I wasn't sure how complete I wanted it to be. I got that other book that had a big list, and wasn't sure if I was going to add a bunch of more museums to it. I think I'm going to strip it to just the museums I visited, though, and finish that book up, so that'll be available at some point. Is there any way to search the store for the items that are in stock? I try to put sold out on the items so that because they're alphabetical. So when I put sold out on there, it pretty much puts it to the end of the list alphabetically. So unless it's just been a while and or the store is wrong sometimes, just me. So if I mess it up and it says I'm out of something, then it won't say sold out. I have to go in there and edit it to say sold out. But anyway, if I go in there and edit it to say sold out, it'll shift the stuff to the back of the store, and then all the in-stock stuff stays up front. And I usually try not to name anything with before, that's after an S. So hopefully everything that's in stock is at the front of the place you do the category or the area you're looking.
That's always been my finding is anything that's sold out is typically after.
I try to leave the sold out stuff there because I noticed that other people do that, and I think it's cool because let's say you're looking for something, you're getting like wicked weird mic feedback. Yeah, let's say you're looking for something and you know somebody made it, but they don't have it anymore because they're out of it or whatever. They quit making it. I just like it when a store will leave that they used to make it so that you know the deal. And now you can go, all right, either, should be back in stock or this was only 100 made and there won't be any more. I just figure it gives some conclusion to some of the things. So since we have so many of the designs or whatever that we only did so many of and that was it, I leave the out of stock ones up there. But I understand it's kind of douchebaggy, especially when if I don't get in there and keep it tidy, then it's just a mess. I try to go in there whenever I can, though. Right now, I'm going to be adding the yard sale stuff for the Patreons. I think I'm going to do that through the store. So uh, I'll be in there kind of fluffing it up a little bit at some point.
Well, I like the sold out stuff being on there too, because whenever I'm doing a collection of things like the Old West stuff, you didn't have any more of the lever action PVC patch. They all said sold out, and I was able to ask you, hey, do you have one of these laying around, or I can put out a APB to whoever ends up watching my channel, or um, channels that I know have bought stuff from you and been like, hey, here's an unboxing from your websites, stuff that I bought. I can reach out to those channels, say, hey, do you happen to have this? Would you be interested in selling it and parting ways with it or anything like that? So it's always a nice way to know that something existed and go hunting for it still.
Appreciate the question, though. I don't know if there's like a way to tell the. I was actually talking to Charlie earlier about the store, so I've been thinking about it a little bit today. The store is just a system, a service you pay for or you can pay for. So it's not like I hand coded that store or nothing. It's just I'm paying for a service that's pretty decent. I'm not gonna wood, it's a decent store, but um, I would say it's fairly powerful. It's one of the biggest products out there as far as store software goes. So if there is a way to do it, I would think they have a way. But I've never actually looked for something that I guess sorts it by in stock or not. So I'll take a look around next time I'm in there. At least I'm not saying I'm going to run in there this afternoon or this evening, but next time I'm in there rooting around at stuff, if I see something or if I remember, I'll look and see if there's a way to add that. Because I've seen things where they'll have like obviously you can put sale items in a section. Click here for clearance, right? So because of the way I'm doing the store, I could put a thing that says like it's just like clearance. If there's a way to do it, just make a thing that filters it all by only display what's actually in stock. It's probably going to be in some dumb order, right? Like I would imagine if it does display it like that, probably like in whatever order you added them last or something like that. Or maybe what, price in order of price or in order of how many you got in the store quantity or something. Because it's going to have to filter them by something. That's the first time anybody's ever asked. I'm going to be putting a bunch of stuff up on the eBay, so I'm going to put something. I think there's a way to share the stuff on the store on eBay, but I'm going to see if there's a way to display what's on eBay over on the store. That might be a way to consolidate it all in one spot. All right, well, so we managed to keep it going for 30 minutes, but it's been like squeezing blood out of a stone. So, like I say, I'm basically chomping at the bit here to take advantage of this decent weather and get some stuff done. So, if nobody's got anything else to chat about, we're not trying to prove nothing here. Trying to facilitate a conversation if anybody's interested in having it, but sick of asking. So, thanks Barbecue for jumping in. And thanks for the people
Anytime.
that tuned in. And we will be back again. This is episode 1000 something blah blah blah. So we do.